man. Let's go get what we want. Hey. It's about that time.
We know what we want to do. It's another opportunity for us to get better.
Alabama has won the match.
How you compete. That means how hard you play, how tough you play, how you can sustain in tough circumstances.
Welcome to TideTV This Week, brought to you by Renaissance Bank. I'm Chris Ringland alongside Maggie Hetzel.
Now that the dust has settled and all the conference championships games have been played, we now know where the Crimson Tide will play in the postseason.
Maggie, Alabama will take on Michigan in the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Day. This will be the third appearance in the Citrus Bowl for the Crimson Tide and their fifth matchup against Michigan. The series is tied with the Wolverines at 2 wins each. Alabama defeated Michigan in the 1997 Outback Bowl under head coach Gene Stallings. Linebacker Dwayne Rudd intercepted a Brian Greasy pass and took it back 88 yards to put Alabama ahead 10-6. Sean Alexander then added a 46-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter to give the Crimson Tide an 11-point lead as the Tide defeated Michigan 17-14 in Gene Stallings' final game as head coach of the Crimson Tide.
And in the most recent matchup in 2012, its second-ranked Crimson Tide opened the season against number 8 Michigan at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington. Alabama jumped out to a 31-0 lead as the Tide dominated the Wolverines 41-14.
This will also be Alabama's third visit to the Citrus Bowl. In Orlando, the Crimson Tide met Ohio State for their first Citrus Bowl appearance in 1995. With the score tied at 17, Jay Barker connected with Sherman Williams for the game-winning score. That 50-yard touchdown gave the Crimson Tide the 24-17 win over the Buckeyes as Alabama finished 12-1 on the season.
And in 2011, Alabama had no trouble with number 7 Michigan State. Alabama held Kirk Cousins and the Michigan State offense to just 171 total yards as Alabama totaled 546 yards of offense as the Crimson Tide dominated the 7th-ranked Spartans 49-7.
That Citrus Bowl matchup between Alabama and Michigan will be on January the 1st at noon Central. The game will be broadcast nationally on ABC.
And it's that time of the year, award season. Alabama has already racked up a number of SEC awards, and the Tide is still in the running for some national awards. We'll tell you what those are coming up next.
TideTV This Week is brought to you by ATI. Built by Bama. Rebuilt by ATI Physical Therapy. Ford and the F-150. Tough runs in our family. See your local Ford dealer today. AFS, a Bayless company. Your foundation and waterproofing specialists. Serving you since 2000.
Alabama, they are so resilient. Trust each other, love each other. Let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
And I am so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama.
Welcome back to Tide TV, brought to you by Renaissance Bank.
This week, the Associated Press released their All-SEC team, and Alabama had a league-high 11 players selected, including 5 on the first team.
The Crimson Tide's first team selections were defensive back Trayvon Diggs, linebacker Anthony Jennings, and defensive back Xavier McKinney on defense. And the Tide had 2 first-team selections on offense in wideout Devontae Smith and tackle Jedrick Wills Jr. Alabama's second-team selections included offensive lineman Alex Leatherwood and Landon Dickerson, running back Najee Harris, wideouts Jerry Jeudy and Jalen Waddle, and quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And for the 12th consecutive season, Alabama has the most selections on the coach's All-SEC team, as the Tide had 14 players chosen. Alabama had 6 on the coach's first team. Jerry Jeudy, Alex Leatherwood, and Jedrick Wills Jr. were chosen on offense, and Anthony Jennings and Xavier McKinney were selected on defense. Jalen Waddle was named to the first team on special teams. Landon Dickerson was named to the second team offense, along with Najee Harris, Devontae Smith, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jalen Waddle. Seniors Raekwon Davis, Trayvon Diggs, and Terrell Lewis were second-team choices on defense.
Jalen Waddle was selected as the Southeastern Conference Special Teams Player of the Year. The honor was voted on by the league's 14 head coaches. Waddle leads the nation in punt return average at 24.9 yards per return with a touchdown. The sophomores also returned 4 kickoffs for 152 yards and a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And along with these SEC awards, the Crimson Tide are finalists for a couple of national awards as well. Alabama's offensive line has been named a finalist for the Joe Moore Award, given to the nation's top offensive line. And
quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has been named one of the 12 finalists for the Manning Award, given to the nation's top collegiate quarterback. Also, Tua was named one of 5 finalists for the 2019 Polynesian College Football Player of the Year. Tua won that award in 2018.
Alabama also handed out some team awards this week. The Crimson Tide football team held their annual team banquet in Birmingham this past Sunday night. 17 awards were handed out, including the naming of the permanent team captains.
Jerry Jeudy, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jedrick Wills Jr. were selected as the Offensive Players of the Year, with Anthony Jennings and Xavier McKinney chosen as the Defensive Players of the Year. Tua was chosen as the Most Valuable Player, and for the award that's selected solely by the players, the permanent team captains, Anthony Jennings, Devontae Smith, Tua Tagovailoa, and Xavier McKinney will have their hand and footprints forever submitted in Crimson Tide history at Denny Chimes. You can find a complete list of the winners at RollTide.com.
And for the 12th consecutive year, the Alabama football team finished the season with double-digit wins. When we come back, we'll take an all-access look back at the Tide's 10 wins from the regular season.
Tide TV This Week is brought to you by ATI. Built by Bama. Rebuilt by ATI Physical Therapy. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
We're going to work our tails off every day. We're going to get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Oh, baby, what a jumper!
But we're going to get better, so we're going to give max effort, continuous growth, and then we talk about selfless love.
Kyra Lewis, a huge three. Oh, my goodness, what a play. Oh, mercy! Unbelievable.
Holy smokes. Showtime!
Bama fans here at Coleman are on their feet.
Welcome back as we get ready for the Tide's postseason matchup against Michigan in the Citrus Bowl. Let's take a look back at the Tide's wins from this past regular season. In the first part of the highlight, we'll take a look at the Tide's first 7 victories from the season, finishing with a big win over Tennessee. This all-access highlight is brought to you by ATI.
We welcome you wherever you are as we get set for another season of Bama football, opening it up today against the Duke Blue Devils out of the Atlantic Coast Conference.
First game back, 2019.
Hey, here's the deal! It is going on! We set the tempo! We set the tempo! Represent the A! Represent yourself! Represent this group!
Set to go. It's Alabama and Duke.
Play action, rolls right, throws wide open. Forrestall, the tight end of the 10. He's down the left side, 5. He'll power in. Touchdown, Alabama. Anthony Jennings trying to come around on the outside. Here's pressure up the middle. Have a seat, young man.
Here's Robinson. Goal line. Got there. Touchdown, Alabama. And it's 14 points in less than 5 minutes. The Tide's starting to roll. Tua to throw for it. Got a man wide open. Caught. Touchdown. Major Tennyson for the score.
He'll get around the outside man, down the right sideline for a touchdown.
And it's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs. Here's Ford down the sideline, not going to catch him.
Intercepted by Jordan Battle.
And succeed Alabama did today to the tune of 42-3.
It's a good start. We had a good camp. But one game does not make a reputation or an identity. This is something that we have to continue throughout the course of the year.
We've got plenty of daylight. First play of the game. How many times have you seen this? 75 yards. Picked off. Patrick Surtain.
Big hole. Turn on the afterburners.
And he's got daylight. See ya. 74 yards for the true freshman from DC.
Nobody was going to get him. Looks like Bama's going to go for it.
4th down and 3.
Looks left. Everybody's covered. Throws. Najee. First down.
Inside the 30. Broke a tackle. A hurdle.
Hurdles over a man at the 15. And he will take it in for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. One of the plays of the year.
You got that?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Launches one towards the end zone. Intercepted Alabama. Xavier McKinney.
Quick slant. There he goes. Henry runs for a tie touchdown.
Tua getting the ball out quickly and accurately. And it's yards after the catch by the best receiving group in the land.
Wide open is Ruggs. Henry Ruggs will not be caught. Fake it to Harris. Judy wide open for the touchdown.
Reaches down to his knees. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Alabama. And that's going to do it. What a day he is having.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just fun to watch, Gary, you know?
Yes.
What a day for number 6. Tagovailoa. Smith got it. Touchdown.
My goodness.
Number 5. And a new single-game yardage record. A 28-yard score. Matt Brown has it blocked. In the air. On the ground. Touchdown, Alabama.
Ali Cajo blocks the punt and then covers it in the end zone for a touchdown. And the 12th ever meeting between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Aggies of Texas A&M University.
Quick throw out. Jalen Waddle weaving his way for his first touchdown of the year.
My goodness.
Mon covered up. He's going down.
Back-to-back sacks. This one's Christian Barmore.
Touchdown! Oh my goodness, what a play! What a play as he finds Najee Harris.
Gonna go long sideline. Got it. Touchdown, Ruggs. Henry Ruggs.
This one is blocked. It is loose. Picked up and walked in by Alabama.
Kale had the block punt. That's the second time he's blocked a punt this year.
Terrell Shavers there to pick up the block. Great job by the Crimson Tide special teams. And this one is in the books. Alabama 47, Texas A&M 28.
It is the 3rd Saturday in October. What that means, you get the traditional rivalry that Alabama has owned lately. But we'll see if they're on alert tonight.
What a great atmosphere. At night, the first night game here in Alabama this season, they got new lights. Yes. This is going to be like a rock concert out here.
This place is ready to explode.
Showtime! It's showtime!
Ryan Robinson taking on contact and the pylon.
Fakes it, throws into the end zone, touchdown!
Slade Bolden hits Miller Forrestal in the end zone.
And it's going to bring up 4th and goal. 4th and goal for Tennessee.
Garantano tried to get there, and the ball comes out. Trayvon Diggs running down the sideline.
He's going to run it all the way down. Touchdown! 99 yards. Shane Lee knocked it loose. Trayvon Diggs picked it up. Touchdown, Alabama! That's going to do it. The coaches make their way to midfield as Alabama wins it 35-13 over the Tennessee Volunteers.
Three-pointer on the way. Bottom!
What a road win for Alabama.
At the buzzer, counted if it goes. It's goes!
Top of the key, a 3. Got it!
And there's Walker.
Welcome back to Tide TV This Week, brought to you by Renaissance Bank. We just took a look at the Tide's first 7 wins of the season. Now let's take an all-access look at the Tide's final 3 wins from the regular season. It's brought to you by BBVA.
The Alabama Crimson Tide and the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Here we see Mac Jones making his first start.
Judy breaks a tackle. He's going to take it in. Touchdown, Alabama. Here's the quarterback looking, trying to find anybody. It's picked off by Alabama.
And Diggs, who had a fumble recovery for a touchdown last week, has a pick 6 this week. Touchdown, Bama.
Behind the defense for a touchdown. 40 yards. Mac Jones.
And the Tide rolls to a 48-7 win over Arkansas.
The scene is set. The home team has not been here in just about a month.
Stevens looks towards Hill, then throws intercepted. Intercepted by Alabama's Lee. Shane takes it and back inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Looks wide open. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Alabama. Handoff, Najee. Hello. Score another one as he goes up the middle. Najee cuts right, cuts left, walks it in. Tua already had his hands in the air. Touchdown, Alabama.
Najee Harris's 4th touchdown of the game. Down the sideline, touchdown. Well, that was creative.
He will carry it in for the touchdown.
I'ma do what I do, that means stay packing too, so you haters won't try to get me.
And this one is in the books. Alabama wins it by a score of 38-7. It's always a special, special day, senior day here in Tuscaloosa, as Alabama gets set to meet the Catamounts of Western Carolina University.
This senior class has put together an overall record of 50-4 over the last 4 seasons. That victory total is among the best in the country during that span.
It's our last time together in this stadium, but let's rock out, dog. Spot hit.
The pass is going to be intercepted. Xavier McKinney.
It's deflected, picked off by Alabama.
McKinney again. His second interception, and there he goes. Alabama to the house once again. This one's going to be picked off. Tyree Adams picked off by the senior Jared Maiden. Throws a dangerous pass, and it's picked off. Jared Maiden, the senior. His second interception of the 3rd quarter after heavy pressure from Christian Barmore.
Here Talia throws a screen left side. Down the left side, Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Alabama. Turns the corner. Does he get in? Yes, touchdown, Alabama. Bama has now won 49 of their last 51 here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. They win it today by a final score of 66-3.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alabama, they are so trust each other, love each other. Let's do this for one another.
She's meant so much to this program.
But I'm so proud of this team and where we're headed.
What a moment for the Crimson Tide when they needed it the most. A double-double was nuts.
We are built by champions.
So much airtime.
We are built by Bama.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at our Players of the Week, brought to you by Payless Drugs. Despite not practicing all week due to a leg injury, Alex Reese made a huge impact in Alabama's win over Stephen F. Austin. Reese hit a season-high 4 3-pointers, as he also had a season-high 15 points in the Tide's 78-68 win over the Lumberjacks.
And Jasmine Walker led the Alabama women's basketball team in their 72-52 win over Colgate. Walker recorded her first double-double of the season, as she led all scorers with 16 points and had a game-high 11 rebounds in the win.
Now let's take a look at next week's schedule for the Crimson Tide. What's next is brought to you by Renaissance Bank.
It's all basketball and swimming and diving for the Crimson Tide next week. The swimming and diving team travels to Auburn to begin competition in the Auburn Diving Invite on Monday, and the meet wraps up on Thursday.
On Tuesday, the women's basketball team hosts Bethune-Cookman for an early game in Coleman Coliseum. Tip-off is scheduled for 11:30. And on Wednesday, the men's basketball team travels to Birmingham to take on Sanford at 6:30.
Women's basketball will be at home again on Thursday as they host Radford at 7. And men's basketball closes the week out on Saturday. The Tide will be in Huntsville to take on Belmont in the Rocket City Classic. Tip-off is at 2:30 on the SEC Network.
Thanks again for joining us for another episode of Tide TV This Week.
Have a great week, everybody. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
This has been a presentation of Learfield IMG College.